Welcome to your daily focus for October the 10th, 2017. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. Now let's see what the energy is going to be for us today. Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is coming around for its tour, I guess, because it hasn't been for so long, and now it seemingly appears in every other reading. So we see the choices today. We see too many choices on our plate today. We see too many priorities on our plate today. Are we overwhelmed? Do we need to back it up? Do we need to look at only certain areas of our life and certain priorities in our life and what matters the most? Maybe we are dreaming a little bit today and we are looking towards what each cup can hold for our lives, what the potential is. The Emperor, strong energy in the middle today. So that's beautiful. And then we have the Empress right beside. Wow. So the Emperor and the Empress shows up. So, think of yourself. Well, let's talk a little bit about the Emperor and the Empress here, and then we'll blend the energies all together. Okay, so we have the Emperor and the Empress here. There are strongest intuitives in the deck. There are strongest diplomats in the deck. And why? Why are they so strong? Well, you don't get to be an empress or an emperor by making whimsical decisions or no decision at all, by procrastinating, by making the decision without asking others' opinions, researching, evaluation, experimentation. Now, all the kings and all the queens from all the empires or all the kingdoms come to the emperor and the empress. They talk about what is good, what is bad, what is needed, what is wanted, where they have surpassed and where they need help in growing. And they all make their pleas. And so do our priorities in our life, and the people in our life, and the situations in our life. Now it's up to the Emperor and the Empress to make the final ruling, the final decisions. Now the Emperor is the planner. He's the decision maker. So is the Empress. They can't make decisions on just what is good for themselves because their empires will deteriorate. They will dissipate. They will fall. They have to look at the collective good of what is good for everybody, what works for everybody, or most. What is going to make things go in a positive direction? And so that brings us back to our first card where we are looking at all these cups. And in this one, there's a kitten and one a castle and another a dragon, a rainbow. Looks like a bouquet of flowers, a butterfly. In many traditions of this card, one cup is completely empty. So we could be looking today a lot at bringing in the balance in our life, or we could get very upset or very restless or very discontented with the things that are not in balance and why they're not in balance and what is hindering them from going into balance or being in balance. What is the missing piece that you just can't grab hold of, or you can't get in place, or you can't get in line so that things would be flowing, that they would be in balance. And so I think this is a day where we need to look at the structures of our world and what surrounds us. And yes, what brings in value, what doesn't bring in value. And don't forget, when we look at things that bring in value and don't bring in value, it doesn't necessarily mean that we like them or we dislike them. Some things bring in great value into our life, but we don't like it. Maybe it's the rules and the structures and the routines. But we know that we have to have those things so that we wake up early, we don't miss the day, we get the task done, we have to answer to somebody. It could be wonderful things that take up your time and energy that bring no true value to your life, and so you have to limit it. It might be that you love online shopping, and so you spend all your hours looking at things to potentially buy if one day you have the money. Or maybe you just buy out of, well, without thinking it through. And you find yourself wasting your money, your time, and your energy on things that really don't bring in value. And that's just one way of looking at one thing. It may be that you like playing golf, and so you're out there every single day, but you know you're not going to go on tour. You know that maybe you should limit your golf to once or twice a week so that you can take that time and utilize it in some area of your life that would gain more value, bring in more abundance. So I think we are looking at our lives, we're looking overall. Pay attention to what you read today. Pay attention to what is sent to you, but what you're putting on paper too, or maybe in an email. This is a beautiful day to blog these kinds of things or write them in a diary. Your areas of growth. Take your spirituality. How would you like it to look and develop in the next 3 months, 3 years, 3 decades? Your health, your well-being, your job, your career, your family, your association with the neighborhood, the community. And understand where the imbalance is or why you are not stepping towards those goals. What is hindering you? What is standing in your way? The Emperor and the Empress are very sound-minded. And so if we reflect, if we sit in meditation, if we maybe write things out, we get that sense of being grounded. We get that sense of understanding what the pitfall was. How we can bring things into balance. How we can bring in abundance. Let's get our affirmation for today. Now we do have Jupiter. Not in the cards, but we have Jupiter. Well, maybe it did. Once I start talking about it, maybe it did. Jupiter moves into Scorpio today. So the thing that I like about today is the numerology. Okay, we have the 10th month. We have the 10th day in a 10-year. So we boil that down to ones. Right? We bring it all to a single digit. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. And that's your self-expression. So isn't it uncanny, really, that Jupiter is moving into Scorpio, which is going within ourselves, understanding ourselves better, looking at those darker corners of what we don't want to show the world, our shadow self, and maybe understanding how we can utilize that part of ourselves that maybe we were ashamed of or we didn't want to show to the world, and maybe we understand its worth or value, and it can bring out the self-expression that we never knew was inside of us before. This passion, this love. Because 3 is all about self-expression. Well, there's so much more to Jupiter and Scorpio, really. That's just, the highlight, but that's what I found with the numerology. So we are really in ones are that starting position, that pioneer, that independence. What do we have that will exalt us on our path? And maybe we've been hiding it deep inside. Maybe because somebody told us to hide it deep inside. Maybe we don't even remember that that part of us exists anymore. And over the next year, we start to look within, we go deeper. And we understand we can go deeper within our relationships. Jupiter in Scorpio, we had Jupiter in Libra, which was all about nice and polite and bringing in the balance and having a harmony attached to that abundance. And in Scorpio, it's not so much about being polite, it's more about getting to the heart of the matter, going straight forward, going for the jugular. With the Page of Air. The air cards have been extremely active in this deck. The Page of Air. New ideas, a theory not yet proven, curiosity, and new focus. This calls for greater investigation. Well, that isn't Jupiter in Scorpio. This calls for greater investigation as we've only scratched the surface. So this could be a continuation of your abundance, your dreams, your desires, your goals that you've already set, and taking it to a deeper level. Knowing that you really just scratched the surface to this point in time, and now it's time to dig. Now it's time to investigate. Now it's time to reveal all it has to reveal to you. This calls for greater investigation. We've only scratched the surface. I don't really know. That's interesting. If I explore this way of thinking, what can I learn? This calls for greater investigation as we've only scratched the surface. So saying I don't know about something can actually get us into investigating, researching, understanding. And all of a sudden we're going, wow, that's interesting. And it leads us into new areas of development. If I explore this way of thinking, what can I learn? So today really is, the Seven of Cups, and I got that right away that it's a thinking kind of day. It's organizing your thoughts. It's organizing your priorities. And yes, for some of it, maybe that hurdle, maybe that pitfall was only because we did scratch the surface, and now it's time to go deeper and explore and understand. See what our wise animals have to say. So a very strong day for us. I think communication between the Emperor and the Empress, there has to be a lot of communication in order for the Emperor and the Empress to gain the right conclusion, gain the right decision. So today is a day to talk or to communicate in some way that brings in some kind of clarity, some kind of understanding. I think over the next 13 months, minus I think a week, we have Jupiter in Scorpio, and that's going to allow us to dig deeper. We'll want to dig deeper. Maybe it's within our own thoughts, our own memories, our own reasoning, our own reality. But it could very well have to do with something that awakens you, ignites you, brings in passion, ignites that passion. Blessings, the turkey. Well, in Canada, it was Thanksgiving yesterday, so how fitting for the turkey to appear. Turkey, where are you? There we are. Blessings, gratitude, and thanks. Feeling grateful and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it. It's a perfect opportunity to create peace within your soul so that that your gratitude is pure and there is forgiveness from the past by looking at the now and then creating the future. Begin a new tradition. Maybe create a gratitude tree. Write down a few things that you are grateful for each day and hang it onto the tree as a reminder. Go around your dinner table and express thanks. Not just on Thanksgiving. Create a gratitude journal. Whatever way you want to express your gratitude to spotlight your blessings, do it so that there is a constant reminder around you, so that you can see that you are blessed even when you feel otherwise. So don't be pulling yourself down into the mud today. Don't be telling yourself that you procrastinate too much, you don't love enough, or you're too self-centered, or um, greed got in the way, or envy got in the way, or I didn't wake up on time. I didn't have a good breakfast this morning. I didn't, therefore, everything around me is useless today, worthless today. And don't get into that pattern of pulling down your energy today. This is a day to raise your energy, to strengthen your energy, to set your goals, your dreams, and your desires on what you want to accomplish in the next year when it comes to Jupiter in Scorpio. Do you want to grow a relationship deeper? Maybe with yourself, maybe with somebody else. Do you want to investigate something and learn something right to the core of it so that you can use it to enhance yourself, move yourself forward, move others forward, invent something, create something, grow something? Be grateful for what you have around you at this moment, and be grateful for what you potentially are going to end up being in as far as energy. The end conclusion of those goals and dreams, what you want to manifest. Be grateful for those things that you are walking into, that you will one day, it'll be your reality, it'll be tangible. Be grateful for the people in your life, the structure in your life, the friends, the family, the partners, situations in your life that bring you happiness and joy. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.